Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy.
Here.
Mayor Savarino.
Here. Please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Mayor, can I interrupt?
absolutely.
Due to the tragedy and the passing of a first responder and who grew up here in Carroll Stream, and once a Carroll Stream resident, always a Carroll Stream resident, can we do a moment of silence for Officer Goodell?
Absolutely. Thank you, Trustee Zalik. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of our March 20th, 2023 Village Board meeting?
So moved?
Second.
Moved by Trustee McCarthy, seconded by Trustee Fruzzoloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalik.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of our March 20th, 2023 special workshop meeting?
So moved?
Second?
Moved by Trustee Geezer, seconded by Trustee Zalik. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalik.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
We have on the listening post, we have a proclamation, April Sikh Awareness Month, and I think Trustee Berger is going to read that.
Whereas Sikhs have been living in the United States for more than 120 years, and during the early 20th century, thousands of Sikh Americans worked on farms, in lumber mills, and mines, and on the Oregon, Pacific, and Eastern Railroad. And whereas Sikhism is the fifth largest religion in the world, and today there are more than 25 million Sikhs worldwide, and an estimated 500,000 Sikh Americans and 25,000 Sikh Illinoisans. And whereas Sikh Americans make rich contributions to social, cultural, and economic vibrancy of the United States, including service as members of the United States Armed Forces and significant contributions to our great nation in agriculture, information technology, small businesses, the hotel industry, trucking, medicine, and technology. And whereas Sikh Americans distinguish themselves by fostering respect among all people through faith and service, and whereas the village of Carroll Stream seeks to further the diversity of its community and afford all residents the opportunity to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and shared experiences of Sikh Americans. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Frank Savarino Jr. and Sr., and the Carroll Stream Board of Trustees, DuPage County, Illinois, in the exercise of its home rule powers, does hereby proclaim April Sikh Awareness Month in Carroll Stream and encourages residents to take time to appreciate the many contributions Sikh Americans have made to the success of our nation.
Thank you, Trustee Berger. And we have a representative that would like to get up and speak. I believe that is Satan Singh Meghal.
Yeah, you're gonna butcher a lot of these. Sikh American or Sikh American, it's not chic, just to clarify. So I would like to thank everybody for coming here this evening. I would like to thank Honorable Mayor Frank Savarino, the Carroll Stream Village trustees, and this is quite an honor for me to be able to speak in front of you guys. And I would also like to give a special thanks to Rick Geezer, who actually introduced this proclamation way back when. So this is something that I think that a lot of people misunderstand about my religion, in particular, the numbers, right? We're the 5th largest faith. So who are we? We came out of 15th century Northwest Punjab, Northwest India, present-day India and Pakistan. And our religion started in 1469 with the birth of our founder, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And so he was born in an upper caste Hindu family, but he almost immediately rejected casteism. And he deemed that equality and justice for all was the only way to go. So when we look at what the creed of Sikhs are, and when we look at what our creed says about democracy, about justice, the lightning rod that caused him to start the faith was that his older sister could not participate in the same rituals that he was being able to participate in as a boy. And she, as a teenager, she could not. So he was like, that's messed up. So he basically was like, no, women are equal, obviously. People are equal regardless of what station they were born into. And I think that's the American creed, that it doesn't matter where you start, it matters how you get there and where you are when you finish. So from that point of view, I thank you for letting me speak on behalf of the Chicagoland Sikh community. And again, it's Sikh or Sikh, not chic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Berger, the next time you want to read something, let me know, right?
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
that last year.
would you please
come up for a
and take
picture?
a picture with us?
We're going to go out in front.
You should probably come up here. We can go down there, whatever.
Depends on- I didn't know how many people were.
Come on this way.
Pleasure's all ours. Thank you, pleasure's all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Okay. Oh, I don't understand.
No, you're good.
Thank you for the picture of me, definitely.
You should definitely be in front.
Yeah, you guys gotta be in front.
Got to get in a picture.
Here, I will.
Gotta be nice and tight.
Now we got it.
You guys gotta come over here, it's
Nice
gotta
day.
be a lot closer.
Here. I could.
Have everyone. All right, ready? Take a feel. All right, thank you.
I'm all messed up, so we count.
I've known you before, met you as a business owner. Yes, thank you for recognizing me. We'll talk soon. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing for the city. We are part of your.
We're voting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'll be working overtime tomorrow.
Brianna, you didn't count. You got us all screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's a 1, 2,
Got us before we got to the 3.
If you can count in French, that would be good too,
This is planned.
just to throw us off.
Okay, where are we here? Put my sheet down someplace. There we are. Okay, so do we have anything that came in over the internet?
No, we do not.
Any? And the only one we had here was tonight, that was there, so is there a, let's see, where are we at here? We have to establish a consent agenda. There is motion to establish a consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by trustee Frizzloni, seconded by trustee McCarthy. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read what is on the consent agenda?
Certainly. Board and Commission reports. Plan Commission Zoning Board of Appeals. Casey's Retail Company, 1025 North Gary Avenue, amendment to a special use permit for a planned development, text amendment, to allow fuel sales as a special use in the B1 district. Special use permit for fuel sales, plat of consolidation. Recommended approval subject to conditions 5-0. Gary Avenue Corridor Review approved with conditions 4-1.
off.
That has been taken off the consent agenda by trustee Zalick. SBA Monarch Towers 3 LLC, T-Mobile, 877 to 901 East Geneva Road. Height variation for a stealth antenna tower continued from the March 13th, 2023 meeting. Recommended approval subject to conditions 5-0.
Yes.
Yes. New Asian Spa, 383 North Gary Avenue. Special use permit for a massage establishment. Recommended approval subject to conditions 5-0. Yes.
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 Staff reports and recommendations. Approval of a contract extension with H&H Electric for emergency streetlight repair services with a 7% price increase for the period May 1st, 2023 through April 30th, 2024, pursuant to the provisions of Section 5-8-3B and subsection 5-8-14N of the Village Code of Ordinances.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Approval of a contract for tree purchase and planting services with the Fields on Caton Farm, Inc., in the amount of $34,643.
Yes.
Yes.
Ordinances. An ordinance authorizing the amendment of the annual budget of the Village of Carroll Stream for the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2023. This ordinance amends the previously approved fiscal year 22-23 budget to provide expenditure authority for items that were not previously anticipated or incorporated within the originally approved budget. Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-04-10. Ordinance amending Chapter 16 Unified Development Ordinance of the Code of Ordinances of the Village of Carroll Stream, fuel sales as a special use in the B1 district.
Doesn't that come off with the, since trustee Zalick?
Text amendment is for the code, and then the next item coming up is the actual special use permit.
I have no problem with that, so we can. go
Okay,
with
so
that.
we can vote,
The first one, right?
okay, yes. That is ordinance number 2023-04-11. Ordinance approving an amendment to a special use permit for a planned development and a special use permit for fuel sales, Casey's Retail Company, 1025 North Gary Avenue.
Yes.
That's the one that's off. This is the one that we're
Right.
pulling off? Okay, all right, so we pulled that off. Ordinance approving a variation to increase the height of an antenna structure, SBA Monarch Towers 3 LLC, T-Mobile, 877 to 901 East Geneva Road.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-04-12. Ordinance approving a special use permit for a massage establishment, New Asian Spa, 383 North Gary Avenue. Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2023-04-13. Resolutions. Resolution declaring Public Works street sweeper, trailers, and various water reclamation center equipment surplus and be authorized to dispose of the property as proposed pursuant to the provisions of Section 5-8-15 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances.
Yes.
Yes. That is resolution number 3300. Resolution authorizing a plat of consolidation, Casey's Retail Company, northeast corner of Gary Avenue and Lees Road.
Yes.
I think that needs to come off.
Does that
too,
one
then.
come off too?
Okay.
J2.
Except that's just
We're just
consolidating the plat.
Yes, the consolidated.
Yes.
Okay.
plat, so you can take it off or you can leave it on.
No, we'll leave it on. That's
Yes.
not what I have a problem with.
Leaving this one on? Okay.
Yes.
Then that is resolution number 3301. New business, Vet Bros Pet Education Charitable Fund, approval of a sound amplification permit and waiver of the fee for their charity dog show to be held at the Ross Ferraro Town Center on August 6, 2023.
Yes.
Yes. Payment of bills. Regular bills, March 21st, 2023 through April 3rd, 2023.
Yes.
Yes. Addendum warrants, March 21st, 2023 through April 3rd, 2023.
Yes.
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 And that concludes the items on the consent agenda, Mr. Mayor.
Is there a motion to put those items on the consent agenda
So move.
Second.
by trustee Berger, seconded by trustee McCarthy? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzaloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve those items by unanimous vote?
So moved?
Second.
Moved by trustee Geezer, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzaloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
So we have we have trustee Zalick.
In regards to the Casey's at Gary and Lies, after reading the minutes of the Plan Commission, I see that Commissioner Tusek had an issue where the bike rack that was in the far northeast corner of the building, and he even mentioned that it was not quote-unquote the wisest location because they have to cross every scenario of vehicle traffic to get to it. I know that our bike path is going to be along Lies Road, and I just think, I agree with Commissioner Tusek that that is a poor location for the bike rack, being on the north side of the building, where there's even a painted crosswalk that they would have to go over traffic, and then either in front of the business where customers are walking, or where there's vehicular traffic trying to navigate around pumps and backing out after shopping there. And I just think that it would be a better idea to put the bike rack along the southeast corner of the building, somewhere where it's closer to the bike path, where the bicyclists don't have to navigate through the dangers of a parking lot.
We are fortunate enough to have Richard in the audience with us. Richard, would you come up, please? Anybody that doesn't recognize Richard, Richard was with Buc-ee's when we put the first gas station in with alcohol on Army Trail Road and County Farm, and now he's with Casey's. So do you think you can get that done for us, to get that bike rack moved?
Yes, I was the one that thought about putting it to the north because there's tables there, and I wanted to have room there for it and not have them park where the truck comes in to deliver. But I can be very flexible on this. Tell me where you're thinking, sir?
Well, I see where it's located along the north end, and I guess that would be great, you know, with a picnic table there, and then overlooking the wetlands, very picturesque.
That was my thought.
But I just think the bike rack would be good. Now, is there going to be a sidewalk? I mean, how many trucks are going to come in and out of there on a regular basis, do you think?
For
Oh,
loading, you mean?
the truck that delivers will probably come in once a week.
Once a week.
Yes, sir.
So instead of navigating a truck once a week, or vehicles, and I'm sure you're gonna be busy with vehicles and buying stuff, I just think a bike rack would be better along the southeast corner of the building, where then they can walk along with other people walking in and out of the store. And if they want to go to the picnic table on the north, that's fine, but I just think driving a bicycle in front of the business is kind of dangerous, and just like Commissioner Tusek mentioned in the minutes. So could we move the bike rack like somewhere along the south end, closer to our bike path that's gonna be constructed?
Well, I need to have room for the truck to be able to pull up against the building and
Okay.
offload there.
Okay, but, I mean, the bike rack, could it be like over the curb, like somewhere in that area over there where they could?
If I could mention, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
There's also, it's a little hard to see in the exhibits in your packet, but there's also a sidewalk that's going to be built from the bike path up to that crosswalk that then crosses that.
Right, that with
We
the
could-
painted.
We could work with the petitioner to find a location, maybe near that little sidewalk connection
Well,
between the
right,
bike path.
and that would be fine. I mean, as long, if they can, obviously they have to cross one way or another, but that little box there, it looks like a landscape. Could they put a bike path, there, you know, that little square, that rectangle? See where it's like the painted crosswalk extended, there's the loading zone, but then right in front of the building, there's that landscaped,
I think that's a landscape island,
right?
but
Is that something that could be made into a bike?
it could work there, it could work at that other location I mentioned. I mean, we'll be happy to work with them.
Yeah, as long as you work with them, I just think that would be a better place than having the bike navigate vehicular traffic and then pedestrian traffic coming in and out of the store.
And that puts them closer to the bike path, like you said.
Correct.
Put the bikes near the
Because
bikes.
I mean, they might not even know it's there.
Sure.
So, that's all.
I tend to agree with trustee Yiz.
Yeah, as a parent of a teenager who doesn't pay attention, yes, I agree.
I will work with you.
And that's all I took it off for.
You have my
I look
word.
forward to you guys coming, again, another location in town.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. The concept is beautiful, absolutely.
Very good. Do you have, Don, anything else?
I think we're all set.
Work that out with them?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
Just need to make motions to approve both F1A, you want to do that? And
Sure.
I3.
Motion to approve?
Yeah, motion to approve F, 1A. I believe the ordinance would be I3, and the resolution J2.
Done.
Oh, okay, so then
We
just
can,
those,
we can approve them two together, yes?
Yes, you don't even have to approve.
That's fine.
the PZC because that was just their recommendation to you. There's no action that you need to take on that.
So it's just approving
So you can just
I3.
approve I3, and my understanding is you're going to approve it subject to the condition that the petitioner is going to work with staff to move the bike rack.
That's
exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Make
Yes.
a motion.
Second.
Exactly. Moved by trustee Zalick, seconded by trustee McCarthy. Clerk, call a roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
And that then is ordinance number 2023-04-14.
And thank you for coming in, sir.
Trustees,
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
very, very much.
Thank you,
Look
and it's
forward
good to see you.
Looking
guys.
forward
Good
to
to
your
see
new
you.
location.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
Board of Officers.
My God. Okay, report officers, huh? Let's see, trustee Berger.
I'll try to say everything right.
Love you anyway.
On Saturday, October 7th, near Town Center, the Carroll Stream Chamber Foundation is going to have a 5K, which I have absolutely no intention of running. It's a fundraiser. I'm going to be there helping, I'm just not going to run.
October?
October?
Yes, October.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're planning ahead.
Oh, you got lots of time.
I didn't mispronounce October. So they're going to have a 5K that day. It's a fundraiser for the foundation, which goes towards scholarships. So I wanted to put the word out there that if anyone is interested in volunteering to help with that, there's all different types of opportunities that you can contact the chamber. And obviously, if you're interested in running, unlike me, put it on your calendar, and we'll eventually have the sign-up ready to go. But it is Saturday, October 7th, in the morning. I believe like around 8 in the morning. I'm not sure about the time. So I have that. The other thing is, I don't know, this might come to a surprise to some of you, but apparently there's an election tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
I saw it on social media.
It must be right then.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage everybody to get out and vote. And if you guys didn't know there was an election, prepare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, trustee Berger. Trustee Garvey.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Zalick.
Thank you. I know we had a moment of silence for Officer Godella from Batavia Police Department. Just make sure you check your CO2 detectors. Carbon monoxide, I believe, is odorless. So just please make sure you check your CO2 detectors, and might as well check your smoke detectors also. Also, I'm sure you've done your homework and you're gonna make an educated, vote tomorrow. So I look forward to record turnout. And I know they're calling for maybe bad weather tomorrow. And let's have our thoughts and prayers with everybody who, dealt with last weekend's storms. And hopefully tomorrow's storms are not as bad. And then keep our first responders and military in your thoughts and prayers. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, trustee Zalick. Trustee Giesers.
Thank you very much. I just want to remind everyone, the community-wide food drive is going on right now. The drop-off locations are at the Village Hall, WDSRA, Fountain View Recreation Center, the Simkus Recreation Center, and at the Carroll Stream Public Library. And like many of us on the board, we also become community volunteers, and we collect food within our neighborhoods and other neighborhoods. So if people would like to do that, you can go to the Rotary website, has information on that.
Trustee Geezer, I was actually going to ask, so we're still doing putting bags the week before?
Yes, you can begin to collect, you can go to a website. I don't have that with me.
Right.
So you can go to a website and select the streets that you'd like to do. And bag pickup will be at Fountain View on Saturday, the 8th, and then on Wednesday, the following Wednesday as well. And the actual community food drive is on Saturday, the 20th.
Following Saturday, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and we've all volunteered there many years. We usually bring in, 40,000 pounds of food, or something like that. It's a lot of food, and all the various food pantries get a lot.
Yeah,
Does
I
that
think,
sound right?
I think it was like
Yeah.
7 tons of food.
Yeah,
loss.
something like that.
We figured
So-
it was a little over 1 ton per.
Yes, so the local food pantries really benefit, and they're really in need, as you who were involved with the bags tournament knows, getting the money to them. I also would like to thank the Sikh community from Carroll Stream and the surrounding area for attending the meeting tonight. It's an honor for us to recognize them at our meeting, and it was very interesting to learn about their creed of justice. So thank you very much for attending tonight. And I don't know if anyone's going to mention this, but I see our clerk walking around with a cane. So speedy recovery to you, or unless it's just a prop for you to
Prop, I'm just looking.
to knock Greg around a little bit, so.
Thank you, trustee.
So, thank you,
Appreciate it.
speedy recovery. And that's my report.
Thank you, trustee Geezer. Trustee Frizzaloni.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is great to see you up and around, Julia. I can't even believe this short after surgery that you're moving like that well.
Thank you.
I'm a little jealous, not gonna lie. You're doing great. So congratulations on that, and you've got a great doctor. Apparently trustee Berger read something about an election tomorrow. So please get out and vote. The polls open at 6 a.m. I even have it written down, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for those of you that don't know, DuPage County now has something where you don't have to vote at your home polling place. You can vote anywhere within DuPage County. So that's actually really important because some people can't get off of work quick enough to get home, but you can stop at any polling place within DuPage County between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m., so there's no excuse not to get out and vote. Local elections are critically important, so please do your civic duty tomorrow. The Frizzaloni Five are actually going to vote. It's going to be our first time voting as an entire family. We're very excited about that. Dominic is voting in his first local election, so he's very excited to be able to do that. So please get out and vote tomorrow. The storms last week. Brad, I know you were on vacation, but I'm going to tell you, they knocked it out of the park. Public Works did an amazing job with the storms last Friday. We had round after round after round of rain that came in, and the first person who posted on social media that we got updates from our village manager that streets were starting to hold water, and Public Works deployed staff immediately to start monitoring streets, start closing them down if they needed to. And what was absolutely amazing is within about 35 minutes after the second, maybe it's the third storm that came through, I drove over here, and the creeks had already started to recede. Illini was wide open. You could tell where there had been water, but all of the streets were open within a very short amount of time, and that is really thanks to Public Works, unfortunately being really good at this. You guys staged everything ahead of time. Phil, I apologize. You were on vacation as well. They did an amazing job.
So Phil gets no credit.
Now, Brad is on my brain because I emailed him about something. I apologize. So, Phil, I apologize. Just having everything staged and ready to go. Ron led the troops. I'm sure that Jason was involved, but, I mean, it was just amazing how fast we were able to get streets reopened. In the past, this could have been a 3-4 day event before we got streets reopened. So kudos to Public Works. Tomorrow, I really hope that it bypasses us. But I imagine that even if it just goes a little north or south of us, we're probably going to look at having to do some mutual aid. I know that Lombard and Addison were hit pretty good on Friday, so I'm sure that we're probably lending some assistance at some other communities. So I just want to say thank you to Public Works. They did a great job. To our our friends in the Sikh community, thank you again for coming out today. I enjoy learning more about your religion, your creed. I think it's wonderful. I absolutely think it's wonderful, and I think that the contributions that you make to our community, Carol Stream, it makes us all better. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming in today. It's a pleasure always, so thank you. At our last meeting, we all talked about how great Carol Stream is, and Carol Stream is absolutely positively amazing. At the last meeting, I talked about the Michalak family that had a fire, I think it was March 13th or 14th, and the community just rallied and brought so much clothes and diapers and gift cards to the family. Well, unfortunately, on my birthday, March 25th, we had another family in Carol Stream that sustained a fire that rendered their house as well uninhabitable. And Carol Stream came through again. This house was on Oswego Drive in your neighborhood.
Yeah, 5 doors down from me.
Yeah.
So, and near Trustee Garvey as well.
Yes. And the word went out on social media, and by the middle of this week, we had so many donations that we actually had to say to people, we have enough donations, but there's a GoFundMe account that you can contribute to, because the family doesn't know what they need yet, but the children are taken care of. So, and the other thing that I just want to say that I think is really amazing is the Michalak family actually took some of their donations and donated to the other family, because they had children of similar ages, diaper sizes, things like that. So they were able, and even gift cards, they were able to donate it to another family. So Carol Stream just never ceases to amaze me. And here we have 2 families with very, very young children, 3 children in each family, I believe. And all they know now is love. And I think that that's just really special. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. I did post a thank you from the Michalak family. It's all over pretty much every Facebook group. They just wanted to say thank you. It means a lot to them, and I know that the other family's been in touch, and they're overwhelmed with gratitude as well. So I just want to say thank you. And I know all of us up here contributed as well to help both families out, and I just want to say thank you. So with that, I will end my report.
Thank you, Trustee Frizzoloni, and I'd like to, while we're on the subject, I'd like to thank you and the police department and all the volunteers for being out there very early in the morning at Corpus Christi to make sure that the very big turnout of people were parked without any problems, and everything went through. I attended, and I was inside where it was warm, and you were outside where it was very cold.
A little chilly.
And the volunteers, and I just want to make it clear to the police department and to the volunteers how much we appreciate what you do.
May I just tack on to that, because thank you, I completely forgot. Chief, thank you. I attended the wake on Friday, and what I heard from their police chief was, thank you. We don't know what we would have done without the help of the Carol Stream Police Department. They were lost, as we were when we lost Dan, and if we didn't have other resources helping us, we wouldn't have got through it. I was with both the deputy chief and the chief and Deputy Chief Jungers in the parking lot on Saturday as the procession was getting ready to take off, and they still had just so much gratitude for the help that we were able to give them, the advice that we were able to give them, and the resources that we were able to turn them on to so that their entire police department could be there to mourn the loss of their officers. So I just wanted to pass that along because, I mean, while he had a connection to the, Carol Stream area, Glenbard North alumnus, we really, our police department went so above and beyond. I mean, everyone I talked to from every police agency said the same thing, that it was very, very exceptionally well organized. The procession went off flawlessly. The parking plan was easy for, for us, the volunteers. We showed up, we got a map, we had a 5-minute briefing, and then we went out into the parking lot, and it ran seamlessly. So from that standpoint, and also thank you to Corpus Christi Church. Father Mark was wonderful. offered us the basement so that the volunteers could go inside, coffee, just warm up, bathrooms. So, I mean, Corpus Christi was amazing in the generosity as well. But I just wanted to say thank you to our staff. I know a lot of work went in a very quick amount of time to get that set up. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm done.
Not only was that done here, but George Salerno from Salerno's also thanked me for having the police do such a good job in Bloomingdale. Thank you, Chief, and thank you to your men. Make sure that gets back to them.
I will. Thank you for your words. I just want to mention that we can't do all that without the number of volunteers that we have. They were incredible, and they always come out, so they were terrific. They really helped make it happen.
Thank you. Trustee McCarthy.
Well, first off, as Trustee Zalick said at the beginning of the meeting, once a Carol Streamer, always one. So to the Gdala family, you're in our hearts during just an awful tragedy. And as Trustee Frusaloni said, thank you to all the volunteers and the police for making sure it was done with honor and class. The Sikh family, and I'm going to call you more family than just a religion, because that's how you preach love and equality. You can't go wrong with that. That's just, you know what, and I said this last year, if all of us would live by that, this world would be a lot better place. So thank you for coming in. It's actually much appreciated to remind us that that's what it's about. You know, it's not about me or you, it's about us and we and peace and love and equality. So thank you. Phil, we give you a bunch of money to rebuild Public Works. And what do? You retire. I know it's about a month and a half away? But I'll be the first to say congratulations, but give us our money back now. No, you can't do it now. So whatever you're doing, stop. But no, seriously, a pleasure, and it'll be a pleasure for the next 6-8 weeks. But congratulations. Vote. I'm pretty sure everybody's done their homework and know what they want to do. Now it's your responsibility to get out and do it. So please get out and vote. And then one more piggyback off of Trustees Frusaloni's. Two families, you know, they went through a tough time with a couple of fires, and what did Carol Stream do? They rallied around him and helped him out. Again, just another throw at Jeff's new slogan of "One Team Carol Stream." If that doesn't explain it, nothing will. Again, that his 4 words. That's not about the board or a tournament. It's actually, I think it's building into what we are as a village, and it's just took us a while for that definition to come up. So, well done, Jeff. But it really is. It's amazing how the residents of Carol Stream will rally around people without a moment's thought. What? They need something? Let's get it done. So more than anything, I appreciate the residents and businesses of Carol Stream and what we do for each other. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Brianna, you get to take the mic.
I just wanted to say that our special events season isn't too far away, so I just wanted to provide an update on our sponsorships. So far, we've collected over $14,000 from our sponsors, which is great. And if there are any businesses or organizations that are interested in sponsoring one of our concerts this summer, it's not too late. If there is anyone who's interested, please have them get in touch with me, or they can fill out the electronic application on our website, carolstream.org.
Thank you. Madam Clerk,
Thank you.
welcome back. You never left, but welcome.
I never left, yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. So I wanted to start off also by thanking Mr. Mago and his family and the sick members who are here tonight for coming. And it's just always so special to see you guys and hear about your culture. And like Trustee McCarthy said, I really appreciate that it's all about peace and love and equality. I think it's wonderful. And so thank you so much for coming out tonight. And you deserve the proclamation. Thanks for being part of our community. And a reminder that the Statement of Economic Interests are due by May 1st without a penalty. If you wait until May 1st or later, you will have a penalty, and eventually the DuPage County Clerk's Office is going to come after you. So just keep that in mind, and do know that in the last IML Illinois Municipal League magazine that we got in our folders, in our mailboxes, there is a huge article in there with tips and tricks on filling that thing out. So if you have any questions, I know Attorney Rhodes is also a good resource too, right? Attorney Rhodes, I think there's an email out there from him that kind of sums things up. So it's out there, it takes you 5 minutes to do it, so just get that done. Congratulations, Mr. Modaf, again. I know Trustee McCarthy beat me to it, but congratulations, and thank you for all your service. And I know that we're lucky we have a good team to pick up the reins when you're gone. And congratulations also to Carol Stream on earning the Tree City USA designation once again. I don't know if that's Village Manager Meller and your staff that are in charge of applying for that.
Public Works was the main.
Public Works, thank you again. Thank you again. That's wonderful that we are considered Tree City USA, and we really make an effort to go green. And also in honor of Earth Month, just a reminder that my husband and I do have a team that is cleaning up the Carroll Stream section of the Great Western Trail on April 29th. If anyone is interested, let me know. We can always use more bodies. We'll have the gloves, the bags, I'll provide snacks and water. So it'll be a fun time. Again, something to give back to our community in honor of Earth Month. And also, one other thing I want to mention coming up, if you haven't heard about it already, it's Friday, April 14th, is the 10th Annual Hero Night Dodgeball Tournament featuring our own Carroll Stream firefighters and police officers. And Chief Homer, are you participating again this year? Dodgeball tournament? He was amazing last year.
Well, since you put me on the spot, no, I'm not. I can't throw anymore.
Oh, you lost the shoulders out. I didn't hear that.
But I'll be there in support.
He'll be there in the support, and a large portion of our police department will be there competing. Am I right? Okay. And the firefighters, so.
We will have a team.
Awesome. And it's a really fun time. I'd never seen a dodgeball tournament before last year, and it was just amazing. They have firefighters and police departments from all over Chicagoland competing, and it's to raise money for 3 different charities, for Lurie's Children's Hospital, Tuskegee Next, and Midwest Veterans Homeless Shelter. So they raise money, the teams all pay an entry fee to raise money. Also, when you go and you watch, you can buy concessions, you can buy t-shirts, and that also helps raise money for these charities. So fun time. It starts, the opening ceremonies are at 6:15 p.m. on Friday, April 14th, and then the games start at 6:30. They have this year 50 teams, which is a huge number of teams. Last year they had 34, so it jumped up enormously. It's such a fun event. And last but not least,
Where's it at?
Where's it at? Oh, good question. It's in Wheaton, at Franklin Middle School in Wheaton. Good question. I forgot.
Does every team bring their own ice packs, or are they provided?
That's a good question. I'll get back to you on that. Do you guys know Joe Kish? He's in charge of this, so I will check with Joe. And then last but not least, I wanted to wish everyone who celebrates it Happy Easter, Happy Passover. It's a very, very important week this week. And don't forget to do all your shopping for Easter and Passover at your local Carroll Stream businesses. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm glad your hip is better.
Thank you.
Mr. Rhodes, our village attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple quick things. My congratulations to the Sikh community. It's a very nice honor tonight. Also, last meeting, I spoke a little bit about Senate Bill 1391, which was the tax increment financing bill, and I'm happy to let everyone know that on March 29th, there was a committee hearing which was postponed and not called again. The deadline for Senate bills was March 31st, and so there will be no TIF bill this legislative session. So it's very good news for everyone. I know that Carroll Stream was prominent in sending their resolution and comments to the Illinois Municipal League, and that's great news for all municipalities in the state of Illinois. And lastly, my belated happy birthday to Trustee Fruzoloni.
Thank you.
And that's the end of my report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Meller, village manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of updates on some ongoing projects going on in the village. The pedestrian bike path and trail work along the north side of Lee's Road from Gary Avenue east to Schmale Road is underway with lane restrictions in the westbound lane. So if you take that road regularly or irregularly, be aware that there will be some traffic slowdowns. The path will connect the east-west portion of the Lees Road bike path to the north-south Schmale Road path. So that's our ongoing effort to connect Carroll Stream paths to.
And Gary Path.
And the Gary Path, yes, along the other trails in DuPage County. The contractor work on the Fair Oaks Road guardrail and culvert project is set to begin work next Monday, April 10th, which will result in road closures on that portion of the road. It's on the northern section of Fair Oaks Road. The contractor will post detour signs, and there's detour information on the village's website, on our social media, and on the newsletter that we just got out today, so.
How long will it be closed for?
Bill, do you know how long that'll be down?
It's scheduled about 2 months.
2 months? Yeah. So it's wise to take alternate routes. And as Village Clerk Julia Schwarzy mentioned, April is Earth Month. In advance of Earth Day on April 22nd, the Village Board tonight approved a contract for replanting village trees, actually 101 trees in village parkways. We actually removed quite a bit of the ash trees in the village, so we're working to get those replanted in the parkways. Also on Earth Day, our engineering department will be coordinating with local scout troops to install 460 plugs of 10 plant species designed to provide color April through September. And we have local scout troops helping to plant those, as well as to help dig, plant, and install goose deterrent fencing. As everybody knows, we have geese that like to meander about the town center and leave some of their reminders, so.
Presents.
The village is also partnering with the Conservation Foundation to promote water conservation with the sale of rain barrels, which residents can access via the village website. So myself and one of our village engineers purchased most of them last year, so we're encouraging residents to collect their rainwater from their roofs, which deposits a lot of rainwater. And you might as well collect that and water your gardens with it. Let's see, finally, the draft copy of the village's fiscal year 2024 budget and 3-year financial plan is available here at the Village Hall and on the village website. The public hearing and subsequent adoption of the budget is scheduled for the next village board meeting on April 17th. So we actually had 4 budget workshops, 2 in February and 2 in March, and this will be the culmination of those meetings. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. To the SAKE community, thank you very much for coming in, and thank you for having the young man actually give us more of an update of what your community really does. We are all one community, and thank you again for coming in here. Believe me, thank you. Everybody said tomorrow's the time to vote. Get out and vote. Do what you have to do. Phil, personally, honestly, will miss you. I know you've been around a long time. You've been here 11 years. I can't tell you the improvements that you made in our Public Works Department. It'll be forever remembered. I mean, you've took down buildings, you redid everything, and all in mind to make it better for the people that work there. And that's important. Make their job easier, make it easier for them to go out and work for the residents of Carroll Stream. So thank you. Really mean that when I say that. I just wanted to go public to tell you how bad I'm going to miss you. Trustee Fruzzoloni commented on it, to have every piece of equipment already on the trucks and ready to go, knowing the storm was coming, instead of having to dig out the saws, dig out the chippers, dig out everything. Everything was loaded inside and ready to go. And when the storm hit, the pumps were on the trucks already, and everything is go. And that's amazing, because that's being a step ahead of a major problem that we could have had. Acts of kindness. I had one happen to me that I posted on Facebook, and I'm still amazed. I had problems getting some medication for my wife, and a employee from Jewel happened to say, "How's your wife?" And I said, "Okay, but I need some medication that I can't get. It's really hard to get some of this stuff." And she asked me what it was. I said I wasn't sure, but I know how she uses it. She gave me her phone number. My wife called her, and I went to her house and picked up a box to get us through. That's like amazing. I don't even know her, okay? I mean, I know her from the store, from working there, but that's what this town is about. That's what the people in this town are about. Somebody said, "Don't tell anybody you took medicine from somebody else." It's sealed in a plastic container and a aluminum foil inside of a box that's sealed, and I couldn't get it. So, I mean, now I got enough to get her by for a couple of weeks. And all I can say is to thank you for the people in this town. And what trustee Fruzzoloni said, what trustee Geezer always says all the time, the same thing what trustee McCarthy says, what all of us up here together, this whole group, we work with the people in the community and make things better. But they help us make things better. So again, the bags that are going to be going out this year, did anybody notice that the bags are going to be hanging this year are not plastic bags? The bags that are going out for the food drive were done by the Rotary. And they're going to, the idea of the new bag is to be able to use it when you go back shopping. So when you get that bag, it'll be a reusable bag. And that's something we've never done before. It's always been in plastic bags, if I'm correct. Is that right? Trustee Geezer, is that right?
I
Last year,
think
we
last year was.
had a limited amount.
Limited amount, exactly.
Yeah, so this year they've got, I don't know.
They've rolled it out bigger.
6,000 bags or whatever. So it was nice that some people stepped forward and were able to help them do that through the Rotary, and that hopefully they'll use them bags and use less bags from Jewel or from wherever they shop in town. And that would be, that was the purpose of the new bag. So again, the Rotary is always thinking, except everything comes at a high cost. So they had to go out to the business community and get the money, which was a wonderful idea. So with that, we're going to go into closed session. Is that correct? So there won't be any action taken in closed session, so we could adjourn from here?
Yes.
Right?
Yep. We're going into executive session to discuss Section 2C2 of the Open Meetings Act, deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, and Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act, the employment, appointment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employee. There will be no action taken, so the motion will be to go into executive session for those two purposes and then to adjourn directly from executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Fruzzoloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garby.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.